Hello everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. My new edition of the Wellerman with variations written by me has been published by Shot, and I'm here to tell you all about it and to show you how you can write your own variations on any piece. Some background. First, the practice of writing variations on music has been around for centuries. I'm basing mine on those from the 17th century, the Renaissance or early Baroque, and in particular those of Jacob van Eyck. He was a composer, a bell maker, a recorder player, and he would improvise on popular tunes of the day. He was blind, so he had scribes write down his improvisations for him, eventually published in 3 volumes called Der Flauten Lusthof. This was a great inspiration for me and for many recorder players. So this is the music I had in mind when composing the Wellerman variations. Variations from this period are also referred to as divisions or diminutions because you're dividing the melody up into smaller notes, and that's exactly what we're going to do. First, let's look at how my variations are put together. The theme is the unaltered tune, the Wellerman. In variation 1, I split the tune up into 8th notes or quavers. In variation 2, I add in some 16th notes in a melodic way. In variation 3, I fill it up with 16th notes. In variation 4, we go into 6/8 time, and I was inspired by early pieces where you would have a quick dance in 3 called a tripler in the middle of a piece. And for the last variation, we skip into the 18th century, and here I was inspired by Vivaldi. I've broken up the harmony of the piece into chords. What if you want to try this yourself with any piece of music? Because you can. I do it by sitting down with my recorder and just trying things out, noodling around as I call it, having a good noodle, and if I play something I like, I write it down. Now, you have to kind of know where to start, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but first I want to say the absolute most important thing is just to try and go for it. Don't worry if it's not perfect straight away. In fact, if you're playing and you hear that it's not perfect, you hear that it's not quite right, that's really valuable. That means you're training your ears to recognise what you like to hear. So that's a really important part of the process. Okay, are we ready to go step by step? The opening of our tune . We have the first step is quite simply to fill in the gaps between those notes with passing notes. And yep, that's exactly what I did for variation 1. To make it a bit more interesting, you could change the rhythm. Now, it helps to keep the notes where they are originally, but you don't have to. Let's think about the most important notes. I'd say that's the and the. Where that B flat in the middle sits can shift around. We're starting and landing in the right places. So let's try adding an extra note. In variation 2, we go down to the F sharp and then all the way up to the D. Let's go further. Can we go further? That last one was a few too many notes. Sometimes you have to try a couple of things out to see what fits. At this point, I'll remind you, check the key. If we're adding in notes, they should fit with the key signature. Otherwise, it's going to sound really weird. I actually quite like that. So many ideas. So what I like to do is take 2 notes next to each other and see how I can get from one to the next. Then take a pattern that you like and repeat it wherever it fits in the music. This is called a motif, and you hear it at the start of variation 3. Stuck for ideas? Don't worry, the composers of the time have your back. Silvestro Ganassi wrote La Fontegara, which is a book full of ideas for ornamenting different note combinations. All you have to do is look up the 2 notes that you want to join, and there's literally a whole table of ideas that you can just pick up and put in your music. We've been filling in the gaps, but what if your melody doesn't have gaps? The end of the theme goes. Let's keep those notes, but add in some extra ones. We're going to go 1 note up each time, or 1 note down. We could go to a lower pedal note, or even a higher pedal note. They all sound great. Let's mix them up. Ooh, I'm going to go up, down, pedal, pedal. Some more ideas. Adding a turnaround. Triplets. Going to a low note and moving to your destination. Going to a high note and back to your destination. Splitting the note value up. Even taking notes away. And then mixing all these ideas up. Finally, a nice build up through your music is important. You don't want to start with all of your ideas at once. And we want to mix it up to keep it interesting. So I would start simple and gradually get more complex as you go through the piece. You want to keep the listener interested. So try it out, and it does not matter if it's not perfect straight away. The important thing is to enjoy doing it because it's really fun. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy my edition of the Wellerman with variations. And do check out my other titles published by Shot. Thanks for watching. Bye!